Hello and welcome to the Warhammer Meta Chasers. This is your weekly live rundown of the biggest and best Warhammer 40,000 events happening all over the world. Did I say all over the world? I'm hyped. Are you hyped? Let's get in right to it. My name is Paul Murphy. I am joined by Dustin Henshaw.
Hello, everyone.
And Adam Camilleri.
Good day, everybody.
With a internet here from Australia, coming in strong. Again, we have one singles event and then some team events to talk about. And we're going to be talking about the faction roll-ups for those things and got some interesting things in this first event. We're going to be talking about the Cornwall Super Bash, the Italian Royal Rumble, the Chimera Gaming Teams, and the Eurotrash Cup. More on that a little bit later. Why, I guess it's named that, but I still love it. Cornwall Super Bash from, was it Saltash, England?
Yeah.
Is that what we got?
It's Plymouth.
Yep,
Plymouth. Yeah,
Plymouth.
It's a tradition at this point. We have to mispronounce it at least twice before we say it correctly.
We've come out the gate.
It's across the river from there.
Okay.
And so that bottom left portion of England is the Cornwall region. So it's right over the river into the Cornwall bit of it.
Chat, keep us honest. Erwin KR, good to see you in chat. Like I mentioned, we do this live, hang out with some great folks in chat. If you are able to catch us 9 p.m. Eastern time, if you're listening to us after the fact, love to hear y'all there. Also, this is a 119-player 6-round event, apparently just over the river. What are we going to see there, Dustin?
We will be seeing in the Imperial Faction there are a single Imperial Agent, 2 Sisters of Battle, 3 Custodes, 3 Admech, 7 Astra Militarum, 2 Grenades, and 6 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 8 Adeptus Astartes, 3 Dark Angels, 5 Space Wolves, 10 Blood Angels, 3 Black Templar, 3 Death Watch. Yeah, of course, Paul gets excited about the Blood Angels. Go figure. Chaos, there's 4 Chaos Space Marines, 1 T-Sun, 1 Death Guard, 1 Wooder. What happened to the Chaos representation? 3 Emperor's Children, 3 Demons, and 4 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 4 Necrons, 6 Orcs, 7 Tau, and 3 Votan. Hivemind, there's 8 Tyranids and 4 Genestealer they're called. Eldari, there's 1 Drukhari and 7 Eldari. And the faction podium is Blood Angels, topping it off with 10 Tyranids, tied with Astartes in second with 8, and then Eldari, Tau, and Astra Militarum in third with 7. What is going on?
Let me tell you what happened.
On the other side of the river of Plymouth.
Let me tell you what happened. When you can turn your 32 to 40 millimeter bases into whatever they were before, into Blade Guard with a feel no pain, that's just better. It's just better. It's just better.
I also love that Dustin tried to throw shade at you, and he got to Tyranids and had to repress him doing exactly the same thing. Yeah, he held it in check well. I respect it. But yeah, what is going on here with Chaos? Chaos is just they crossed the river and just like Chaos is banned in Cornwall. Is that what happened? Because there is no Chaos here. Singles for Thousand Suns, Death Guard, World Eaters, low scores for Demons, a decent score for Chaos Knights, and probably what we do a little on the low side as well for Chaos Space Marines. Whereas kind of everything else is relatively healthy. We've got an Imperial freaking agent here. There is the same amount of Imperial agents as there are for Thousand Suns, Death Guard, and World Eaters. What is this world?
That's wild.
What is this world?
That's wild.
Oh, look, it is anybody's game out there right now, which we see each and every week, but this is a little shocking because the things didn't, like, I wouldn't expect Blood Angels on the top of the podium, and I would not expect in this area that few Thousand Suns and Death Guard.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely on the Death Guard front. Usually quite a good representation in the UK for Death Guard. And maybe that the south of England is a slight geographical nuance, but it's not that far from the hotbeds. So I can't really explain to you why that is. But yeah, Blood Angels being the number one taken Space Marine is the first time in a very, very, very long time that it hasn't just been Astartes. In fact, apologies. I think we've seen it one other time in probably the last 3 months of us doing like 3+ events a week for 3 months. One other time, Astartes hasn't been number one of the Space Marine subfactions. Good numbers here for Imperial Knights as well, with 6. Not too bad. If there was a fourth place on our podium, they'd be there. In addition, Eldari, very strong numbers with 7, and then 8 Tyranids is a very interesting one. Very interesting. I haven't seen anything especially spicy out of Nids. In fact, I'm seeing Nid armies generally get a little bit more boring and start going more horde and gaunt carpet, Hormel gaunt carpet kind of S to get around and contend with Catans and things like that. So maybe people are going back to the well and there's some new builds here. We're going to find out on the backside of this event. But as it says right now, this is just going to be a very interesting run.
Are you referring? You just don't think that the Satan have enough attacks to get through all the bodies?
They don't.
They literally don't. Yeah, they literally mathematically cannot kill enough. And the fact that you can feel no pain in them as well, you can heal them back as well. And there's a beautiful mix between Jailing with Gargoyles turn 2, turn 1, Hormigons turn 2, and then Termagants across all the middle objectives turn 3. By the time you break through those two, you still got to do Termagants out of the middle. And then they just hit you with little surgical Hyper-Adaptive Ravener units, bit of okay shooting, and then every other turn you got to take a -2 battle shot because then your elector decide to sniff your direction. Is that kind of how it goes, Dustin? Did I synopsis that well?
You synopsis it pretty well, yeah. Like I've seen a lot of the Nid list going away from shooting in general because it is so unreliable and so frustrating. We're not even great at combat, but we're really good at tying stuff up and really good at blocking people in and just having more OC, more bodies that can regenerate, have some tricks on there. It's just, we play a very boring game right now to win.
I think the Nid players looked at Recon Guard, looked at their codex, looked back at Recon Guard, and was like, how do I take that and do here? Well, what is funny is that all the last 2 editions, Nids were the stock in trade horde army. They were horde armying better than pretty much everybody in the game. And it's actually been quite a while since we've seen a top tier Nid horde build be prevalent. It's actually been much more the GSC front, much more the guard front, much more a bunch of other different archetypes over and above the Nids. So let's see how that goes.
You synopsed the crap out of that.
Synopsed. Yeah. Anyway, time to pick some winners, boys. Actually, apologies. We got
a list to break down.
We got a list. Oh, my bad. My absolute bad. This is Tom Godfrey. I technically did do this, but I didn't sleep last night, and I did this while I wasn't sleeping last night. So apologies if I'm a little dusty.
Don't worry, I'm steering the ship. We got a list. Or horde. Tom Godfrey, 9th in the ITC, up there for orcs.
Yes, ranked 9th in the ITC in the UK, which is a very competitive ITC ladder. He's playing Warhorde. He's got double Beast Boss, double War Boss, Big Mech with Follow Me Lads for the extra advance and chargy goodness, Boss Snickrot, and Gazcool because you wouldn't leave home without him. 20 boys, 2x10 Beast Snagger boys, 4 trucks, 2 units of 6 Breaker boys. They'll be going with the War Bosses, and then the Beast boys, of course, with the Beast Bosses. And then we've got 2x5 Flash Kits, 2 units of 10 Gretchen, and 10 Commandos to round it out. And that's quite a few boys.
I like all the trucks too. I mean, that's a lot of trucks. It's a lot of things to chew through, and you can kind of rinse and repeat. When I started seeing the 2 of, like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. We got a couple of different layers here. If the first WA doesn't do it, maybe the extra boots will.
So I'm pretty up and down on Breaker boys. Beast Snagger boys are superb right now. I think the 20 boys and Gaz is just like actually a top tier unit. The rest of the Orcs army, varies, but that unit is terrifying. Like, it will kill 2 of anything it can connect with. But yeah, the Breaker boys I've gone up and down on. It might be that he's made a meta read here, and looking at the top of the pile, as in the top ranked factions. I mean, they're not going to do great against Blood Angels, but against Astartes, Tau, and Ashtamil Time, they're absolutely going to shine if they can connect.
Yeah, they're interesting in a singles environment right now because they have so many bad matchups, but Warhorde just seem to be the best build for them right now, just all around. Always has been. Except when Daka Daka was a thing.
I apologize. I'm so sleepy, I forgot to tell you. Necrons didn't make a faction podium. Necrons
I didn't want to
did not make the faction podium.
I didn't want to call it out.
No, wait a second.
Let us bask in it without having to call it out. The fact that they're not on this podium, it's nice. Everybody basking, deep breath.
So
look, there could not be more than 24 Satans in this event. That's incredible.
One event does not, of course, prove the point or give us a curve or whatever to look at. But remember what we talked about, like just a few extra points on the Satan is enough to like cut it by enough efficiency to maybe either bump you out of another scoring unit to make your games less reliable, or maybe that is the threshold for when armies just have enough to take them out.
Or Necron players aboard, playing other stuff.
Or
which I
maybe they
think-
don't.
That wouldn't be it. That wouldn't be it.
They all have hordes. They don't have bodies, you know.
Yeah, their steak has just been too juicy for too long. Their lobster too buttery. They're bored.
That is
bored. I want some.
That's not how this
I
works.
just want a plain burger, just a juicy burger. That's all I want.
All right, now it's time to pick some winners.
Well,
boys.
but back on this orcs list, I do like the flash kits. I think it's an extra bit. And I really do like the trucks. I mean, I think that gives them staying power with just a little bit of luck. They're on the table at least 1 or 2 turns more than they would be, which might be enough to win some games.
Well, if you look at the lists, like I said, that those top factions, Blood Angels is essentially a monophase army. Astra Militarum is very much, if you avoid the Bulgrin, a monophase army, and then Tau's there as well as a monophase army. 3 of the faction podium positions it's a lot more effort for them to kill a truck and a unit inside it than many others out there. So he may be hitting the nail on the head with the truck count.
Yeah. All right, now let's pick those winners here.
All right, who wants to call it? Dustin has to go last for Chimera because he's playing in it. This is the one I want. This is the dice I want. It's got a child ping as the 6. So we are going to. Actually, I can't remember which national team gave me this dice at WTC. Paul, call it.
5 or 6 for me, please.
Dustin, you want 1 or 2 or 3 or 4?
1 or 2.
It is a 3.
Of course it is. Of course I got. No, don't move your camera. You gotta ruin the green screen and everything. This is awful.
Yeah.
Worth it. You saw the 3, right? You saw it.
Nope, I didn't even.
No, we couldn't see it.
Can't see that. That doesn't. No, it's a clear dice, Adam. You picked the
100% proof. 100% proof right there. Irrefutable.
Yeah, we could definitely replay that. And
I'll take a stat deck.
At least 4 pips.
I'll put my hand on a religious text. Anyway. I am going to not pick Blood Angels because I'm not an ass. I will just go with Astra Militarum.
Nice.
All right, Dustin, you're up next.
I really want to. I really want to.
You will be incurring some wrath. Careful.
I was gonna. Yeah.
No, you don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh.
You think I'm gonna go Blood Angels? I'm not going Blood Angels.
Well,
I mean,
today,
we do have a lot of show. Yes, you.
No. Does the Starties. Does the Starties.
Blood Angels, Paul.
Blood Angels for me, please.
Yeah, I was pretty sure you were going to come back with a bear in the woods saying when I asked you what you wanted to be.
Next thing we're going to be talking about is the Italian Royal Rumble. This is for Piagiano. That's it, Piagiano. Pianigiano, Italy.
Pianengo?
Nailed it.
Pianengo?
I'm sorry.
I gotta. Let's move on.
140 players in 28 teams of 5 competing over 5 rounds. This is a team event, so on each team, no faction can be represented more than once. When it comes time to pick some winners, we're going to pick the faction with the highest battle points, not necessarily the faction that wins or the team that will win the event. What are we going to see there?
In the Imperial Super faction, there are 4 Sisters of Battle, 5 Custodes, 2 Admech, 10 Astra Militarum, 1 Grey Knight, 1 Imperial Knight, Space Marines, there's 11 Adeptus Astartes, 1 Dark Angel, 1 Space Wolf, 9 Blood Angels, 2 Black Templar, and 1 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 6 Chaos Space Marines, 4 T-Suns, 9 Death Guard, 5 World Leaders, 2 Emperor's Children, 7 Demons, 4 Chaos Knights, Xenos, oh, here they are, 17 Necrons, 8 Orcs, 10 Tau, 4 Votan, Hive Mind, there's 3 Tyranids, and no GSC. Eldari, there's 5 Drukhari and 6 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is technically total Astartes topping it off at 25, which means only 3 teams did not take some flavor of Space Marine. And then second or first, technically, is Necrons at 17. And then regular Astartes at 11. Then Tau and Astra Militarum behind them with 10, which is still below the 50% threshold, which means the meta is still healthy, despite the Necrons.
Relatively. Relatively. Yeah.
Relatively healthy.
We've been in worse places this edition.
We've absolutely been in worse places.
Once again, Paul, Blood Angels, very healthy here. They are 9 in representation, same as Death Guard. And if there was another position on our faction podium, those are what the 2 factions would be. So like the honorable mentions. Death Guard holding really strong. This is in northern Italy. This is to the east of Milan. And food's going to be really good. Just put it out there.
Well, that would be amazing. That's right. Oh.
But yeah, no, a 9 Blood Angels here, pretty strong showing. Dark Angel Space Wolves dropping off hard. There's more Templars than Dark Angels and Space Wolves, which is interesting to me. Very strong showing for the Chaos super faction here as well. A little lower on the Chaos Knight side, but very healthy on the Chaos Space Marines and the Demons side with 17s and 16s respectively. Tau getting a really strong showing, in addition to Orcs having 8 as well. So Orcs still taking in quite a healthy number, like a third? Yeah, 20. Yeah, a third, a generous third.
Sure, a generous third.
Having lists like that, when you can double up like Orcs and World Eaters, or Orcs and something like that, you start to create lopsided pairs in that phase of the event, and I can see it.
100%. Yeah, you don't like. I'm of the opinion melee pressure armies are in a relatively rough spot because most of the melee pressure armies don't handle Custodies very well because of the 6-inch reactive move and then just getting spiked. They don't handle Necrons very well either. And then they have the same struggles as everyone else into Astartes Guard and the rest. So if you're going to take one, if you're going to take any, you should take 2, is the way I see it, because then at least one of them has a chance to dodge the bad and get a big win. Whereas if you take one, they might just get caught out and you might feel like a fool for bringing them in your pack. So I totally agree with you there, mate. As for what we chose to break down here, and by we, I mean me, this is the Tau detachment breakdown. So I want to have a quick look in at what the Tau players are bringing. So there are 10 in attendance at this event, 4 of which are auxiliary cadre, 3 are retaliation cadre, 2 Mont Car, and a single recruit hunting pack. Now, what is interesting about this is if you had have asked me beforehand, I would have said of the 10, it's probably 7 Mont Car, 1 or 2 retaliation cadre, and some wild fool doing some auxiliary hunting pack or carry-on. Would not have picked auxiliary cadre to be number 1. Not in a million years.
Well, here we are. You would have been wrong, Adam. You've been wrong.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it to you, because unsurprisingly to many, when I couldn't sleep, I looked at many detachment breakdowns for each of these freaking events because I had a lot of time. And yeah, this is the one I found the most interesting because it was the one that bucked the trend so much. And as you can see, I wrote in the title before I did the detachment breakdown because the title of it is Mont This Car, expecting there to be heaps of Mont Car.
And then you didn't even change it.
Detachment.
Didn't even
change it. Because I thought it was funnier this way.
It's a nice glimpse behind the scenes.
It is. Hence, I needed to explain it, which does lack some luster. But, we do what we do. You can see how the sausage is made. If you like.
What do you think the appeal of the auxiliary cadre is?
I think it's got flexibility, whereas Mont Car is... So Mont Car is hinged on you doing well on the first 2 turns of the game.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in a bad matchup, you don't have an army rule. You don't have a detachment rule. If you're not incentivized to push on your opponent and use that assault on your first 2 turns, 3rd turn doesn't matter. The game's already mostly has momentum one way or another by turn 3. Someone in the teams, especially when someone's been paired into an advantageous or disadvantageous position, by turn 3, momentum is swinging one way or another. So auxiliary cadre lets you have a more well-rounded game plan across the board and a few more yellows, less reds and greens. Retaliation cadre does a similar thing, but it's kind of a cow-yonish because it only really starts the game from turn 2 because you are predicated on a 6-inch deep strike, getting leverage out of that, and all the other bits and pieces. I also need to unpack whether, and we'll do this while you boys maybe pontificate a little bit, but I got a funny feeling that auxiliary cadre has some juice for the Twin Lance, which is probably going to make me sick to unpack.
Well, cool. It's the one that gives the extra AP when the recruit are near, isn't it? Or auxiliary units. I feel like that's actually for shoring up a lot of the weaknesses.
It's got like 3 special rules. Like if I remember right, it has like 3 special rules for the armor rule.
Yeah, while a friendly Crude or Vespered unit is wholly within 6 of and visible to a Tau Empire unit, you have Lone Up 18. So you are jumping out your Twin Lance, blowing stuff up, and jumping back to a Lone Up 18 bubble, which seems good.
Seems unnecessary is what it's
I hate it.
But it's when it's good. It's that moment to when it is like good. So sometimes armies can pressure you or whatever, but if you can mitigate that a little bit, yeah, you're right.
Well, the auxiliary cadre is one of the ways that you can mitigate it is have a lot of rampagers, and the rampagers are already adding to your army in more ways than one, and having loaned up themselves, right?
Oh,
or stealth or something.
yeah, and they have an additional 1 CP move at the end of your opponent. 1 Tau Empire unit from your army that was eligible to fight. If your unit is not within engage range of one of enemy units, it can make a normal move up to 6. Otherwise, it can make a fall back move. So
Oh, great.
just
So they
adding
can
another
move
one to
a
the
third
pile.
time. A third
Yep.
time. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. That's why everybody's just taking it because of Twin Lands. Ignore everything else I said about strategy or synergy with the army. It is literally just to make the Twin Lands even more broken.
You cannot win a game off one unit.
It doesn't matter. People, when they like a unit, they will do everything they can to make that unit better. I will refer you to the Pantheon of Woe. Okay, that's
so. Dude, the Pantheon of Woe was a bad detachment.
Yes.
But Catan good.
Exactly.
So Pantheon of Woe was good. The Twin Lance, in my opinion, is the best data sheet in the game right now. Might not be the best unit in the game context. But point for point in a vacuum, I believe it's the best data sheet in the game. And so people will tunnel vision onto that and try and absolutely maximize that unit. And suffice to say, the only thing it didn't have was freaking Lone Up, and then this gives it to them. As long as they can get back to within 6 of a recruit unit.
If only there was a way they could move 3 times.
Exactly right. Oh my god.
If there are only any fast recruit units.
yeah.
If only.
Or fast strung out units of
scouting,
scouting, pressuring, maybe punching.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So that was disgusting. Let's all forget that was
They cracked the code. That seems pretty good.
We'll see. I'll be interested to see.
I do like also. This is a team list, so this is a team event, so things are kind of skewed, which you might take a bit. But I did like your point about the fact that if you were put in a position to where you weren't able to really interact in the first couple of turns, you probably weren't doing what your team needed you to do. This puts you in a position to participate in all 5 turns of the game.
100%. All right, time to pick some winners, gents. Who went first last time? I went first last time.
You
so
did.
I am going last. Because that's perfect, because Dustin goes last this one. So Dustin, you're first.
I am first? Okay. I'm just gonna go Astartes. Don't give me boring.
Solid choice. Well, for the 17 Necrons, I have to go Necrons on this one.
Am I going to stick with the guard all week? Yeah, I'm going with the guard.
All right.
It's a teams event. One of them is going to get flat tracked. It's going to be great.
For sure.
Nice. All right. Next event we're going to be talking about is Chimera Gaming Teams. This is from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. 192 players, 24 teams of 8 competing over 5 rounds. There might be someone you know and love in this, participating in this event. See if we can find that one little blip in the factory stats.
See if we can find the blip.
The blip was a good word.
That was like perfect. I don't know if you intended that, but that was genius. The Imperial Super Faction, there are 7 Sisters of Battle, 14 Custodes, 6 AdMech, 12 Astra Militarum, 2 Grey Knights, and 9 Imperial Knights. Space Marines, there's 9 Adeptus Astartes, 4 Dark Angels, 5 Space Wolves, 2 Blood Angels, 1 Black Templar, 2 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 11 Chaos Space Marines, 7 T-Suns, 6 Death Guard, 10 World Eaters, 3 Emperor's Children, 7 Demons, and 10 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 15 Necrons, 12 Orcs, 8 Tau, 10 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 6 Tyranids, 5 Genes, they're called, almost tying the Tyranids.
Never heard
of them. Yeah, they don't exist. Eldari, there's 5 Drukhari and 7 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is technically total Astartes at 20. And then Necrons behind them at 15, Custodes behind them at 14. But then Orcs tied with Astra Militarum in third with 12. Chaos Space Marines right behind them with 11. And then Votan, World Eaters, and Chaos Knights behind them with 10.
That is a pretty nice step down faction podium. Pretty nice. Even with the 20 for total Astartes, there was still 4 teams didn't take.
Yep, 4 teams didn't take
Astartes. I do have a question for you, as somebody who may or may not be playing in this event. What's the format?
It's WTC.
Excellent. Good. That makes a lot of things make sense to me. So when I see WTC format, I expect a few more grindy armies. Yep. Things like Orcs, things like World Eaters, things like,
Is that because of the terrain setup?
Yeah. The terrain lets you has much more liberal with the staging points. Mm-hmm. So we always have that spectrum where we're like, okay, so for the longest time, UKTC was where the guns were a little better, GW was in the middle, and then WTC was where the punches were a bit better. As in, you could get to combat a bit more efficiently and take less shots on the way on WTC. GW, depending on the format, was good for some, bad for others. It was a bit of a wash. And then UKTC was generally better for guns. They had a lot more long lanes, very accessible. UKTC is going to be flipped on its head in the last format. Now it's kind of sitting between GW and WTC as the second best for the punchy armies. So there's a bit of a flip on its tail there. But when I see WTC, like I said, I expect to see more grindy armies, a few less gun lines. Of course, every team wants to take 1 or 2 gun lines, but you don't want to, windmill slam, take a Gladius Ultras, a 5 Bigs Imperial Knights, an Astra Military, and a Tau in the same lineup. That gets a bit clustered. If you want to take those factions, some of them can't take all the guns. You got to make a few sacrifices. That might not be much. That might be your Gladius or your Blades of Ultramar list takes 2 Reprexes instead of 3, takes a Vindicator instead of 2 Ballistas or something like that. So you still have the same power, but a couple less pieces, so you don't get choked up on the firing lanes. And a bit more efficient. So there's a lot of compromises that can be made. I need to ask you about the knight numbers here, Dustin. 9 Imperial Knights, 10 Chaos Knights. What is going on there? Because that is way more than the rest.
Before we get there, I want to give some shout outs to some folks in the chat here. It's like Francois on to you, Dustin, giving you some little bit of static.
Francois doesn't know shit about shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I just got demonetized.
Is that my mate Francois?
Yes, it is. Sure is.
War General, good to see you in chat. Woohoo! Just shout out woohoo. Maybe it's the first time in a bit in chat. It's like yes, in the background, I guess you can see it's a little reminiscent of maybe people chasing storms in movies or in real life.
Erwin knows Scari's not playing this event. He ran his Berry Bash last week, so he's taking a break this week. Spend time with
and then Jack Kwan keeping us honest there in the chat, saying you can't double tap after the reactive move. Now double tap after the reactive move. So anyway, good to see folks in the chat. Welcome in. If you've been here, if you're hanging out on the fringe, we know it's a great folks to come in here and talk to. Now about those knights.
Yeah, what's going on there, brother?
We love knights around here. They're just, we love pressure armies, and you'll see a lot of these knight lists will have. Well, we have a lot of triple despoilers. There's a lot of despoilers here, and there are talking about what the Imperial Knights with 5 knights. There's quite a few that took 5 big knights as well, or 3 or 4 with Imperial Knights with a couple little ones. But we love our knights around here. We have, if you play in this meta in my area, you have to be ready to fight knights. You have to. You will run into them, almost guaranteed.
Good Chaos Space Marine numbers as well. 11 teams taking the CSM out of 24. But like I said, it's actually, once you passed Custodes? 24 teams. So still Orcs and Astra Military, half the teams took them, which is pretty interesting. A little more condensed at the top than we've seen in a few other regions recently, where it's been rare to have more than 2 factions above the halfway point recently, and usually that's Necrons and Astartes. And now we've got a bunch of others. Is there any particular flavor or reason that we're getting a bit more of a condensed meta up there?
We do like the elite stuff around here. Like when we're talking about the Knights, the Chaos Space Marines, even Francois is bringing it up too. A lot of our Chaos Space Marine players around here are playing like Huron with 4 or maybe 5 big bricks of Chosen, one has Possessed, or Terminators, just heavy melee pressure list. Again, WTC, and it works well. So it is something that a lot of the teams are bringing to any of the team events around here. We have at least 3 to 4 pressure lists in a lot of teams. And
that's exactly what I meant about WTC.
Exactly,
you've got a lot more ability to get close and get mixed up. In saying that, perfect transition, because I broke down the Chaos Space Marine detachments here.
Nailed it.
So of the 11 we have in attendance, 4 of which are Huron's Marauders, 2 Renegade Raiders, 2 Pact-Bound Zealots, which is the DACA version as it sits right now, the DACA archetype, 1 Creations of Bile, 1 Renegade Warband, and 1 Soulforge Warpack. Got those mixed up. So 2 DACAs. Renegade Warband is an all-rounder. Someone huffing a bit of copium there. That detachment isn't real anymore, unfortunately. Creations of Bile is in my opinion, a lesser or even side-graded Huron's Marauders build, depending on how you want to build it, but usually it's got a lot of the same things. ACDC, Chosen, Possessed, ACDC, Chosen, Possessed. It goes all the way through. It just depends what your play is better than. And then Renegade Raiders is the all-rounder, the Gladius kind of version, where you get a bit of everything and you're pretty juiced up on the trading game. And then Pac-Man Zealous, like I said, it's going for that crit 5s, sustained lethal, dunk from range goodness. And it's interesting how long it's taken for Pac-Bound to kind of come back around. It took Catan to bring Pac-Bound back, which I found quite interesting.
Well, the pack-bound lists are all like it's mostly the same CSM list with like a curse to possess, but then they just have 2 Forge Fiends and Vashdor.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
There you go. There's your pack-bound.
Yep, because they're going to go crit 5 sustained or lethals,
Yep.
and then they're going to kill a Catan. And it's and that's a thing that literally you really struggle with in CSM. Like really, like if Huron and the Maelstrom is joined to 10 chosen and they hit a Catan, sure, it's 500 points.
Okay, yeah,
sure, you should kill the freaking.
I hope so.
Yeah, you'd want to hope so. But outside that, a lot of the time CSM bounce off Catan. So pack bounds being a way for people to get back into it and have an answer. So it's been quite interesting to see it be swings and roundabouts for CSM. They've just got so many detachments. Look at how beautiful is that? We've got 6 detachments, guys. 6.
That's nice.
You can make a case for a lot of the detachments competitively.
Yeah, that's this many. Yeah.
That's even with the new hotness Huron's Marauders that people fell in love with, and still look how many are being used from of old. I'll say.
If I had have remembered, because I only thought of it just then, I should have looked through every single list and find out how many took Huron and the Master of the Maelstrom.
That would be everybody. Like
it should be. Everybody.
If you own it or have access to it, you bring it. Like you just do.
I think there is a case to not take Huron on every list, but Master of the Maelstrom just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, like exactly for the point of pack bound and Soulforge Warpack. You could go with that Huron in those. Exactly those, pretty much. But even those, I'd put Master of the Maelstrom in. The redeploy is sick. The little bit of juice, and the fact that they're like an S tier trading unit that has a bunch of wonky profiles. They're amazing, and they resurrect. Yeah, bonkers unit. All right, let's pick some winners, boys. Dustin, you were going last. Paul, you're going first.
Ooh, going first. I wasn't expecting this honor.
Pick GSE, pick GSE.
No, look, I do think Dustin's gonna get the most points, but I would not do that to him. Much like he did not do that to me with Blood Angels. I will go with Astra Militarum.
Nice. There are some good Astra Militarum players there, mate.
There are very good Astra Militarum players there.
Oh, I know there's good Custodes players. I know there's good Tau players. I know there's good Necron players. Oh, jeez. I'm going to CSM stuff it. Let's do it.
You jerk.
Well, you were not going to pick GSC?
I'm not, no.
How dare you? No, go for it. What do you want?
Listen. Have you seen my list? I brought a Baneblade in my GSC list, okay?
Oh,
nice.
I didn't know you were cool. Why didn't you tell me you were? We've been doing this show for 4 years. How did you
never knew it was cool? Well, now you know. I brought a Baneblade, all right? I am going for fun and vibes. Like, it's still a good list, but it has a Baneblade shoved in it. Because I wanted to bring a Baneblade, all right?
Good man.
I am going to... I hate doing this because I hate all the players that are doing this, but Necrons. I picked Necrons. All you beep boops out there.
Nice. Well, look, good luck to everybody there, and to yourself as well, Dustin. Next event we're going to talk about is the Eurotrash Cup. This is from Amersfoort, Netherlands. 80 players in 10 national teams of 8, which may have something to do with the name. What are we going to see there?
In the Imperial faction, there are 2 Assistants of Battle, 9 Custodes, 2 Admech, 6 Astra Militarum, and 1 Imperial Knight. Space Marines, there's 5 Adeptus Astartes, 1 Blood Angel, 2 Black Templar, 2 Death Watch. Chaos, there's 6 Chaos Space Marines, 3 T-Suns, 2 Death Guard, 2 World Eaters, 1 Emperor's Children, 1 Demons, and 5 Chaos Knights. Xenos, there's 9 Necrons, 2 Orcs, 6 Tau, and 3 Votan. Hive Mind, there's 4 Tyranids and 2 Genes to their cult. Eldari, there's 2 Drukhari and 2 Eldari, meaning the faction podium is technically total Astartes topping it off with 10, which means every single team took them. And then right behind that with Necrons and Custodes at 9 with only 1 team not taking 1 of each. Wow. Tau, Astartes, CSM, and Astra Militarum with a bit of a cliff there to 6, and then regular Astartes by themselves at half, so 5. That's not too surprising. Like, this is like mini WTC, so these are like
super condensed,
hot.
All the fat trimmed.
All the fat
trimmed. For example, there's no Grey Knights in the event. There is no Space Wolves in the event. Mm-hmm. There is no Dark Angels in the event. There is like so many missing factions that you would see everywhere.
And you'll notice GSC still there.
GSC is still there. GSC have a very good purpose. Really low on numbers for the demons. Europe has been crazy high on demons lately, and this is a coin flip. Remember Pyra we had Pyra, what, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago. Demons were stacked, both Incursion and Scintillating Legion would be taking heavily, and now huge flip around. And these are all homeland WTC nations. Like, we got some big names here. Team Germany's here, England's here, Belgium's here, Finland's here, Iceland's here.
Is this one of those events where they had like a long cutoff? Are you sure they're using the most up-to-date stuff?
I'll just have a look at a single Necron list and I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Just pull out any random one. It won't matter. They'll all be.
Yes. Necrosaur Amantar is 185. So yes, they are using all the new stuff.
Okay.
Very interesting.
That's good.
The reason I ask, for anybody that's listening new, is that some team events, especially since there's a lot of complication of getting that many people to a weekend to play, sometimes they extend the cutoff for what is available to use.
Whether people coming from all over the world, especially.
Yeah, literally. There's 2 Netherlands teams here. So there's 16 players from the Netherlands, and everyone else is from somewhere else.
A different country.
Yeah, exactly right. Everyone else is from literally somewhere else, and it's wild. This is going to be a really hotly contested event. Of course, there's really no surprises. There's maybe 1 or 2 more custodies than I thought. I'm very high on custodies, but I wasn't kind of as high as them as Necrons, but Europe's as high as them on Necrons. They have them up with Necrons as a takeable faction. Tower, Astartes, CSM, Astra Militarum, no surprises there. Why did I write Astartes twice?
I don't know. Because there's a lot of them. That makes sense. I got a question for you guys.
Oh, no. So okay. I'll tell you why. We'll get to it. Don't worry. But there's an explanation. Sorry.
Oh, there is an explanation. Okay, so he has an excuse. All right, that sounds good. But Necrons and Custodes, like the triple land raider list, because let's be honest, that's basically what people are taking right now.
It's every single one of these lists. Every single one of these lists.
Who wins that matchup? Who has the advantage of that matchup?
In what?
Custodes versus Necrons.
Necrons has the advantage. Custodies jank for a low loss. They jank very well for a low loss with the reactive move in and out of the Land Raiders, and then dodging a lot of the pain from the mortal wounds that can happen, especially from the Nightbringer with use of. So all 9 Custodies are Talons of the Emperor. They're all exactly the same. Triple Land Raider, 6 units Custody Guard, Draxus and Quiz. Exactly the freaking same. And so they should not beat a well-constructed, well-piloted Necron list, but the issue is they hold Necrons almost every time off of 15. And holding a Necron player off to a 12 or a 13, that can win you a round. That can stone cold win you a round when someone is just like trying to pair to run you down, run you over with Catan and Necron, good stuff. And then, Custodies just, go for it. All of a sudden, so in Talons of the Emperor, you have a 1 CP plus 1 to wound strat. You need to be supported by Sisters of Silence, but you should always be doing that anyway. And then between shooting and fighting, double tap shooting against a Catan on an objective. 1 unit of like 5 Custody Guard, a lot of time now the units are 4 Custody Guard, but 1 unit of 5 Custody Guard, you just get one las cannon through on a Land Raider, do average wounds, and then that unit of Custody Guard can pull down that Catan. They will need to double shoot. That Catan has to be on an objective, and you have to spend some CP, but it is theoretically possible. So yes, it's Catan advantage. Is that your thoughts as well, Dustin?
I think so. I do feel like the Custodies can spike that if the las cannons go off because they have so many of them. But on average, the Necron one has the advantage of that.
Without the +1 to wound, and if the Catan just don't stand on objectives, you can't scratch them. Cannot scratch them. You're winning them on 5s with 1 damage.
I mean, if they're not standing on objectives, what is?
Well, that's exactly what Paul was saying below. If all in 2 turns the Custodies have killed everything that isn't a Catan, are you stuffed? You might be.
Maybe. It's actually an interesting matchup in that sense. Boring in the sense that nothing's going to die most of the time, but interesting in terms of the strategy behind it.
Yeah, I find that matchup interesting because it's very much a case of the Custody player having to use the reactive move perfectly 5 turns of the game. In order to protect something each and every single turn, and then the Catan player or the Necron player trying to leverage as much as they can to isolate pieces and hold objectives long term, because the issue is there's a big OC disparity in that matchup, which that leans entirely Custodies' way. Unless you're playing an Awakened Dynasty list and you got the Brick of Wraiths with the adjoined little keg bots or whatever the other keg bots are. I don't even know what they are, but they're annoying too. I hate them.
The other ones.
The other ones, the cheaper ones, because they needed that. And then the 20 Necron Warriors. If you have that along with your Catans, it gets a lot harder for the Custodies again.
There we go.
And yeah, I'm very, very, very happy with this breakdown. It's going to be an extremely fun event to
we have a
follow.
detachment to break down.
We do. This is the
a
total.
faction. Yep.
This is the total Astartes detachment breakdown. So even though they're not all Adeptus Astartes, I broke them all down in one package. This is the reason I downgraded Astartes out of, and I forgot to delete them out of the third place and put them in the, because there's only 5 Adeptus Astartes. Everyone read the title. Inez Wilson, one of the champions of the world, best players in the world. List his factions Astartes. He's in fact Death Watch. Inez, why you like this? Question.
What? Not only that, his list name has Host of Ascension on it.
Yeah, no, because he's
everything.
He's playing the uppy downy GSC.
You're not GSC anymore. Inez, stop it.
Where do you think they learned to uppy downy, mate?
They did not do it from Space Marines, all right?
Anyway.
They were watching Gaunt's Ghost because it's all the cards.
Anyway, so yeah, initially I had my count on my control F as 6 Adeptus Astartes, but then when I broke all the lists down to do this, I found out Inez had juked the world and is in fact playing Death Watch. So we have, of the 10 total of Space Marine players in attendance, we have 3 Blades of Ultramar, 2 Gladius Task Force, which accounts for all of the actual Astartes. And then we, of course, have 2 Blackspear Task Force for the Death Watch, 2 Bastion Task Force of Black Templars, so that is starting to catch a little bit of fire, and then 1 Liberator Assault Group for
one. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Well, I think everyone knows. So I've got some weird opinions. I'm of the opinion on WTC tables, I would way prefer to take Blood Angels or Templars over Ultramarines. Death Watch, if you have the player, Death Watch is a bit of a unique skill set within. It's like, I'm just going to piss Dustin off. It's like GSC and Grey Knights had a baby, and that's how Death Watch play.
That's so wrong.
But it really is. It is how they play. They really do play like that. And if you have a player that is very good with them, then they're worth taking. But I 100% wouldn't take Ultramarines. Like I think, in the soul of my heart, getting a heavy table with 60 Crusaders or just Liberator good stuff feels like it's got so much more upside. So much more. And Ultramarines suck.
True.
That was the hot take.
Shots fired. Yeah.
I've been shooting that shot for like 18 months now. Like every chance I get. You get a new model again.
Stay on point here.
Now let's pick some winners now.
I think I'm first here.
I haven't gone first at all, I don't think.
Haven't you? I thought you just went first on the previous one. All right, Paul, you go first.
No, I did. I was just kidding. I did go first last one.
Well, you going first now?
Let's go then with.
If you pick Blood Angels,
no, okay. Going with Tau. You know what? Yeah, no, we're going with Tau.
So straight up, there are like best in the world players on pretty much every faction at this event. You can pick like obscure weird stuff, and there's like a best in the world player on that. So pick whatever you want. It's all equal chance. Dustin?
Wow. I want to pick Astra Militarum.
It's a good pick.
Yeah, I'll pick Astra Militarum.
Am I going to be silly and just pick Liam VSL because he's on Eldar?
It's not silly at all.
It's not silly at all. I'm doing it.
Nice picks. Let's see how it runs down. If you want to see how it runs down, we sometimes do a part 2 of this show for Patreon subscribers, tier 2 and above. Every tier is awesome over there, but we do a look back on some of those shows to where we look at the who won the event, the top 10 of the event, the list that did well, some call out standout list. It's a fun time. Especially if you want to, like we are tracking the meta, predicting it as it goes forward to see what it actually was on that show. Kind of a cool thing. And of course, also one way to support the show. Other ways to support the show, click in the likes and the subscribes. If you've made it this far, please do subscribe if you haven't already. That's one way to tell the rest of the internets in the world that other people should come and join us also. It's pretty awesome. But we're not done yet.
We also give ourselves points. And there was one person last week who went from 0 points for the month to 8 points from the month.
Who could that be?
Which is wild. Happens a lot less than you think.
So you get 3 points if you pick the winner, 2, and then 1 from there. For if you get anybody in the top 3, and then there's we hand out if no one got the top 3, whoever got the highest rank from there gets 8 points. And Dustin coming out strong with 8 points.
Yeah,
Adam and I in the
I
dust.
wasn't gonna say the name. I was gonna say it rhymes with dustbin, but yeah,
Does it?
Dustin.
No, I guess it does.
Get wrecked.
He can't hear you. He can't hear you on this mountaintop. He can't hear you up there. You gotta speak.
This
You gotta
horse
speak
is
louder.
too high. This horse
gotta
is too
speak.
high.
Yep. You gotta speak louder if you want him to be able to see what rhymes with something that you say. But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. Look, this is the part where you're just talking about stats and numbers and win rates and the meta and combos and different terrain types and international terrain types. And now we're going to do something probably a little bit kind of silly. This is a segment of the show we call the Fuego rapido. This sometimes has very little to do with Warhammer 40,000. Sometimes it has everything to do. You just don't know it. Just kidding. You could pick it out when we do that. We have but we also sometimes give ourselves a clock to run down for topics, given the hottest takes on some of the most obnoxious things that come to our brains here.
Like talk screens.
Dustin's mostly.
Yeah,
What you got
mostly.
for us, mate?
Well, this week we have to go back and start another week of getting through our best
so this is
video game
a
of all time.
series where
This
we
is
are
part of the
crowning
series.
the like basically it will be fact when we are done with this, the best video game of all time. We've broken them down into categories. If you're just joining us, you can see we will eventually get to the best of 16, to where we have picked the winners of each category and they face off against each other in a battle royal where the greatest video game of all time will be chosen.
Yeah, we just can't do this every week because otherwise our friendships will be completely ruined. So we have to switch off every other week and give ourselves a break from this, so the show can go on.
I feel like I got to do the Theoden, charge of the Rohirrims. Spears will be splintered. Swords will be shaken. A red day, whatever. Continue.
Of course. I was gonna let you do the whole speech if you knew.
Death.
That's not the whole thing, but pretty close.
Yeah,
All right,
Kara said we should lead with this.
Today we are doing the best platformer game of all time, and this one's actually it's gonna be hard.
It's not hard. It's not hard.
Oh, okay. Maybe it won't be hard for Paul. Yeah. I have a couple in mind. I'm not sure which one of these is gonna do it. Okay, here we go. Round 1. Metroid versus Crash Bandicoot.
Metroid.
Don't even add them. Just I'm sorry. Crash Bandicoot, great.
It wasn't
compared to Metroid.
It has a warm place in many hearts, but
anybody who loved that game still loves that game.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's not in the great discussion for platformers. No. It was just a lot of fun. That's it. Metroid is formative.
Oh, I don't like this one. Earthworm Jim versus Contra.
Earthworm Jim.
No, it's Contra.
It's Contra.
Piss off.
Yeah, it's Contra. Get out of here.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, B,
Death.
It's already started.
You SOBs. Earthworm Jim had the greatest soundtrack of any game.
Contra. I would actually I would argue Contra's soundtracks of some of those games are better.
You rigged this, Dustin, just to hurt me.
I love Earthworm Jim too, but it's not better than Contra.
Contra didn't have a cartoon now, did it? S-tier cartoon.
How many games does Earthworm Jim have?
2.
Yeah. How many games does Contra have? They're still going. Yeah, get wrecked. Get it. You done.
just you and your geriatrics.
That's right.
Contra 99.
I remember where I was. No, 99. That's generous.
That's very generous. Next up, oh my God, Donkey Kong Country versus Ghosts and Goblins.
Oh my God,
it's Ghosts and Goblins.
See, I want to vote Ghosts and Goblins, but I secretly hate that game.
I think that's how everybody feels.
I freaking love it. It's one of the hardest games I've ever played.
You got knocked into your undies. How cool is that? And the joy when you would get, I think you need the fire and a next new suit of armor. The joy when you had that combo.
When you didn't die, you got hit once and you made it to the next second life bit. It was such a hard game, dude. My God.
It's Ghosts and Goblins.
It's on you, Adam.
Donkey Kong Country.
Damn. You don't seem happy. I'm glad the Ghosts and Goblins at least got. Yeah, because that's.
Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy about this, but I don't think I threw my controller once during Donkey Kong Country.
I definitely have. I
punched some things. I punched some drywall over Ghosts and Goblins.
I pumped quarters in a machine playing Ghosts and Goblins.
Dude, I reckon Ghosts and Goblins was a grift.
Oh, 100%.
Up there with Battletoads.
there is not to saturate, but there is a channel out there that that is posting like videos about how much it actually took in real dollars of the day.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
dude, there's three games that I reckon were arcade grifts: Ghosts and Goblins, the Battletoad level where you had to do the jumps, and the freaking Ninja Turtles underwater level. Exactly those three.
Was that in the arcade? The original was in the arcade. Was it?
Oh no, that might have been Sega Mega Drive.
Let me call your attention to Gauntlet.
You're right.
That you just lost hit points every second. You know?
Oh yeah,
dude. Yeah,
that's true,
man. No save points. Just lose it. Oh man, men were men.
I love it. Though. I love Gauntlet. Like I wish I had a Gauntlet machine. You know.
All right.
Then we got Sonic 2 versus
Did he
Altered
vote?
Beast.
Oh, did we? Actually?
Yeah, I went Donkey Kong Country.
You went Donkey Kong Country.
Oh.
The sheer frustration of the experience.
So Sonic 2 versus Altered Beast.
Altered. Oh no, Sonic 2's
this is a hard one for Adam. I know it is.
It's Sonic childhood.
It's Altered Beast for me because like the fact that their heads never change size, you know, it's always been like like I reference that in like everyday conversation sometimes.
That's the reason.
It's the same size. That is what Paul looks for in a platformer, guys.
Yeah.
As long as your head stays the same size, no matter what transformation you're in, you're in. Like that is the best game ever.
These are two of my favorites. Like, it was literally because I was a Sega baby, so I had Sega Master System, Altered Beast, Mega Drive, Sonic 2.
It's kind of Sonic is a great. I mean, like, how old does kid love Sonic? Made his own.
I kind of need to know if there's another Sonic on this list. If this
is no other Sonic on this, that's why we put Sonic 2 because
you got to join. See, that's privileged information.
It was privileged.
You got to vote on. You got to vote on the value of this game.
So in my mind, it's literally the intro to Altered Beast, the rise from your grave, and the cutscenes when you change forms.
Yeah.
Versus the Eggman theme from Sonic 2.
Wow.
That's the
tiebreaker.
That's what this is. Which is better. That's which is better. I'm for upping it, and you guys aren't going to see the dice.
Oh, you got to commit.
Yeah, this is
Sonic.
Okay. So, Sonic gets a 1.6 and Altered Beast gets a 1.4.
I'm not happy.
I don't hate that choice.
I'm not upset about it.
Sure.
I mean, I voted for.
I'm not happy at all. I think I've been treated terribly by both of you.
Yeah, it's your fault. Next up, Super Mario Brothers versus Hollow Knight.
Super Mario Brothers.
Really?
I'm going Hollow Knight. Yeah.
Are you serious right now, Adam?
Yeah. I hate Mario. I think Mario's trash.
Really?
Yep. I'm a Sega boy. Oh, okay. I didn't own a Nintendo till the Wii came out. Okay. And I thought that was crap as well. So I had Game Boys. Yeah. I had Game Boys. I did play a lot of Pokemon. But yeah, I never liked Mario.
Glad you got that out of your system.
Yeah,
you're totally wrong.
That's just so wrong.
Dude, Hollow Knight is the best platformer to come out in like the last 20 years. It's so good. But fair enough. You guys are going to do what you're going to do.
It's Super Mario Brothers. How dare you? Anyway,
so I am 4-0 on what I have voted for. Just so we're all clear. Just so we're all clear.
You have no idea what the best game in the world is, Adam.
I beg to differ.
Platform's not his strength.
I beg to differ. I think you guys are out of touch. You guys are the principal
1990s.
You guys are the principal skinners of this one.
Speaking of which, Prince of Persia versus Ninja Gaiden.
So I'm Ninja Gaiden because I love the little like you throw in the stars like in
this is a good
rounds.
This is a very good matchup.
I don't really mind who wins this one for the first time. I'm not investing in either of these. I'm gonna go Prince of Persia.
I'm going Ninja Gaiden.
Snakes in a pit. What's not to love?
I mean that's I think you nailed it.
What's the whole game?
And occasionally a crushing gate that would stab
every now and then. Yeah, every now and then.
Castlevania versus Kirby.
Castlevania.
Yeah.
There aren't many 3-0s in this bracket. That's kind of crazy.
It's because I have some self-respect.
Mega Man versus Alex the Kid and Mega Man.
Oh,
Mega Man.
sons of bitches.
You-
Alex the Kid gets a vote, but you
That-
guys suck.
uh,
No, it's freaking Mega Man, but I'm giving Alex the Kid a vote.
okay, that's fair.
It's Mega Man. It's not. I can't fight you in that one. It's
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, on to round 2. Metroid versus Contra.
I'm glad we've cleared out everything just to get the Nintendo path here.
supremacy.
Um,
Okay, I know your games.
There
I
is
know
still
your
one.
games.
There's still one Sega one in this.
I sensed it. I sensed the
For now.
disturbance in the course. It was one good, honest
I mean,
Sega boy
technically,
against two-
Contra does have a Sega exclusive with hardcore. That is an incredible game.
Metroid is the winner here.
Oh, Dustin, how do you feel? How do you feel about this against your precious Contra?
I feel it's Contra. I want Contra.
Absolutely Metroid.
Which one of you wants to buy a curry for my favor? 'Cause
No,
I
that's
couldn't-
not how this works,
I
Adam.
couldn't
You
give a
have to,
stuff.
what is your
No,
opinion on
no,
this?
no,
You
no.
have to- we're
You
gonna
hurt
create
me
favor to get the best
for the
game.
last-
This
you guys
is
have
the
hurt me
wrong
for
way
the
to
last
do this.
8
What the heck is
votes.
it? You think
And
think
this
of
is
how
the-
Oscars
I want to
here?
put it.
This is
Think it
vengeance.
like Mother Brain and Metroid and all the different missile types and bomb
guys-
types.
You guys have knocked out all the ones I care about, so I only have pettiness left. You
Contra
guys
has
have
a
done this to
Sega
yourself.
has a Sega game. I like. What else do I need to tell you? Right?
It's
the
Contra.
only
This
one.
It is Contra. I think Contra is actually just a better game.
Not better than. No
Metroid
way.
is great.
No
Metroid is
way.
phenomenal. Like, Metroid
Yeah.
is phenomenal.
So here's the thing, yeah. I can name multiple good Contra games. I can't name more than 2 good Metroid games. That's the difference
Well,
to me.
so Metroids are like kind of like some of them are like reskins, but like they're
Yeah.
the third best one is like Super Metroid, which is basically
Yeah.
Metroid over again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it didn't. Yeah,
But the fact is, it
that's-
didn't
that's
necessarily
literally why.
really need to get improved on. The game, you had to, multiple different ways to battle. You had progression. You had to, you had a little bit of gear up phase, and when you de-armored the first time, depending on how well you did on the playthroughs, like it was completely revolutionary at the time.
It was, yep. Metroid was an incredible playthrough once. Contra, I will pick up and play multiple times in like all of them.
Yeah, I don't
mean-
feel like I can play either Metroid game like through again, right? Like more than twice. If that makes sense. Like you do it once and then you do it again completely different, and then you're good.
Yeah,
I'm conscious of the fact that we are talking about video games, which should be entertainment, which should be a distraction. So you should be able to pick them up and put them down. But it's in there, but like it is just kind of like a bubblegum. Contra's kind of like a bubblegum game compared to Metroid.
I can see that. Yeah, still better, but I agree.
I voted how I voted. Let's go.
No, not changing the vote. Just saying.
Okay, so Contra 2-1. Next up, Donkey Kong Country versus Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
Sonic 2.
I will absolutely give Donkey Kong Country a vote because it deserves it.
Good stuff, boys. Thank you.
Oh, look at that! Now it's a Sega thing in the next round. So Super Mario Brothers versus Ninja Gaiden.
Super Mario Brothers.
I'm gonna. You are not. I might as well vote Super Mario Brothers. There's no way you're voting Ninja Gaiden, Dustin.
I will give Ninja Gaiden a vote if you're going Super Mario Brothers because it deserves a vote.
All this collusion. Y'all just need to vote from your heart.
like Ninja Gaiden, unfortunately, isn't that good. It's whatever, and it doesn't have the legacy.
It had the cool scene that I was talking about, but then it was like,
did.
whatever.
It did
Then
have
it's
a
just
cool
kinda
scene.
It did
fighting
have a
the
cool
same thing
scene.
over and over again.
It did.
You
have
are correct.
So were you going to do 3-0? Because I was going to go for Super Mario Brothers. Obviously, that's just
Yeah,
Mario
just 3
Brothers.
hours.
I got
3
3-0.
hours, it's fine.
All right. Castlevania versus Mega Man. This is
Mega
Konami's
Man.
battle. It's Mega Man.
This is tough.
It's Mega
This is
Man.
real tough. I do think Mega Man was ultimately more dynamic, but Castlevania was still amazing. Like but I think it's Mega Man.
I will put the best Castlevania game up against the best Mega Man game. They're like almost equal, but then there's a big drop off on Castlevania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is. Yeah.
Where Mega Man is just
Castlevania
like bang,
2
bang,
was
banger, 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 banger. Yeah,
not awesome. Mega Man 2 was awesome.
yeah, and that's
Mega
why I
Man
think
had like out of the 20 games it has, like 3 of them aren't good.
3 stinkers. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
took
And
like
it's-
40 years for Castlevania to get a cartoon. Mega Man has had one for a long time.
Hey, Mega Man had a
I didn't
cartoon. It's called
roll
Astro
I know
Boy.
I said
It was
they've had it
called-
for a long time. Mega Man has
It's
had
called-
one for a long time.
Yeah, there's also many others like Astro Boy and I could keep going. There's more. A leader battle angel. It's Mega Man. There's literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that a 3-0 for Mega Man?
It's all Mega Man.
All Mega Man. All right.
Running Man, like the movie, reminds me of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're just getting.
Although I
way
think that
off
Mega
track.
Man came after Running Man. But
Darth Vader. It's practically Mega Man.
Yeah, Voldemort, basically Mega Man.
yeah,
Mega Man.
You have to feed him pellets.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, semifinals: Contra versus Sonic 2. Still Contra.
Contra.
On Sonic 2. Not looking at either of you.
Paul and I have more common with video games than I thought. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect Paul to vote with me on a lot of these things.
Paul's a Nintendo simp. We know this. And so are you, Dustin.
All right, and then Super Mario Brothers versus Mega Man.
Super Mario Brothers.
Mega Man.
It is Super Mario Brothers.
Dustin, what did you go?
I got Mega Man. Absolutely,
Good,
Mega Man.
good stuff. Good stuff. Super
This
Mario.
final, I don't
Mario's-
care who wins anymore. Between Contra and Mega Man, that is amazing. That is
Mega Man.
amazing. That is
You engineered
amazing.
this. I see your web.
I'm so happy right
You
now.
turned the cogs behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
I did not do anything of the sort.
This
This was
is-
all randomly seated.
Yeah.
It's Mega Man.
Mm.
For me. it's
Oh, Mega Man is the over Contra for sure. Yeah, but it's Super Mario Brothers is the winner.
Thank you, Paul. You join me on the emotional damage. Yeah, I wish I could roll a d6 to see what on the vehicle damage chart, because pretty sure I'm beyond shaken at this point. Something's fallen off.
Well, look, we have done it. We have crowned the best platformer game of all time to go into the mix versus the others. As we get to that, you got to tune in, see how it all shakes out. But let us know if you agree with any of our picks or the things that we were attached to along the way here. But that's our show for this week. It has been a pleasure hanging out with y'all, hanging out with everybody in the chat. Again, if you made it this far, please hit those buttons, the bell or something. Do whatever you're supposed to do nowadays here on the platforms. And leave us those 5-star reviews wherever you're listening to us out there in podcast world. It means a whole lot to us. Check us out on Patreon if you are so inclined. We'll next week is Adepticon. Next week is be doing some live coverage from Adepticon. So tune into that. And y'all may be bringing this, and I'll try to join in if I can. But just want to point out that there may be something's a little bit different next week, but the train's going to keep going.
I'm going to put a dead Super Mario instead of Sanguinius this time.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's dark.
Jumping and hitting the head against the wall is what I feel like talking to y'all. Talking to y'all is hanging on a break. It's already spent.
I have I've come through the grieving process, Paul. It happened.
And I'm
right
only
at the
middle.
beginning, and you're in the middle right now. Though you'll get there. Only
This
Dustin.
is why we need to take a break from this every other week.
That's it. All right. Well, good. Thank y'all very much. We'll see y'all soon. Have a great night, everybody.
See ya.